Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, May 22nd, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you'll see here is that the futures are trading higher by about 4 points. Make that 4.5 points, 4 3/4 to 1670 1/4 per contract. It's a pretty good little pop for the futures today. There's a lot going on. A little bit later at 10 a.m., I believe Ben Bernanke will be testifying in front of Congress. So many traders and investors are getting a little bit giddy ahead of the Bernanke conference. They don't believe Bernanke is going to say anything wrong. He's actually going to reconfirm his monetary policy to the Congress and say, hey, look at how good things are going. The stock market's going up every day. There are a few congressmen that are asking him, hey, is this turning into a bubble? The stock market really doesn't go down anymore. We haven't had a single 10% correction in a year. What is going on here? But Ben Bernanke will defend it, and we'll see how it comes out. So the market is higher ahead of that news. Also at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, the Federal Reserve will release its policy minutes from its, or I should say the minutes from its last FOMC meeting on May 1st. So again, you're going to have more comments coming out from the Federal Reserve, what they said at that time. Now, those minutes are not exact. They're not exact transcripts. Many people, including myself, wonder if they're just made up recently about what's going on. I once heard one of the Fed presidents on CNBC say that, hey, those minutes are just little details of what we want reported. So, again, I don't know how much you can make out of the minutes, but sometimes they can be a market mover, so you want to pay attention to them. I don't really care what they say in the minutes. I really just care about how the market reacts. The reaction of the market is really what makes money. Now, looking overseas today, if you look at the European markets, you're going to see the European markets are basically flat across the board. German DAX, which is the most important index there, just down 3 points at the moment, so it's a flat session. The CAC 40 is just down 1/4%. The Milan market, which is Italy, is higher by about 0.4%, and Spanish IBEX 35 is down 0.4%. Now the London FTSE 100, okay, remember England can print their own money. They are higher by 0.1%. So we're not going to make too much out of the whole thing. We're just going to see how it plays out. I think everybody, including the European markets, are waiting for the Ben Bernanke testimony. For the most part, the Ben Bernanke testimony is probably a dog and pony show. I don't think there's going to be any real hardball questions. I did read today that Ben Bernanke was going to meet privately with Darrell Issa, politician Darrell Issa out of California. So again, we can't make too much out of this stuff. We just got to wait and see exactly how it all plays out and shakes out. Again, we really don't want to make too much out of it. Usually the market will trade higher on any Bernanke comments, as he's not going to say anything to disrupt the market. But you never know. If he says, hey, I may have to curtail this or that, you never know what can happen. But to the chairman's credit, he's kept things going and afloat, and we'll see if it turns into a bubble in a year from now or something like that. All right, looking across the pond a little bit further and you go into Asia, the Nikkei 225, new 52-week high, finishing up 1.6%. Last night, it looks like the Japanese said that they're going to continue their monetary policy despite their bond market going haywire. So it looks like they're just going to continue to keep on printing. They're not going to worry about their bond market. And the Japanese government bonds, the JGBs, the night before, yields were spiking, but they said it's not going to have any impact on the real economy. So we'll see how it plays out there. But last night, new 52-week high in Japan. The Hang Seng, the Shanghai, and the Bombay Sensex Index, which is India, all finished slightly lower. Not really any big negative. The Singapore market, which is the FTSE Straits Times Index, that was up, I believe, 0.3%. So again, we're not going to make all that much out of it today. We're just going to let these markets play out. You got all this Bernanke news and all this stuff going on. Who knows what really comes out of it and how the market reacts. But right now the market is reacting positive ahead of the Bernanke testimony. All right, let's take a look at some stocks in the news today. You have Target. Target missed numbers, and they missed pretty decently. Most people would not expect this to happen. Maybe it's because of the sequester. Maybe it's because of other things. But I didn't really read into the report. I really don't even care about the report. Honestly, I just care about how the stock's reacting. And I got some levels for a gap trade in the morning. So if you want those levels, come on over at 9 o'clock. I'll have those posted out on the chat room wall. And you can see what the levels are at 9 a.m. But Target is trading a little bit lower, and they missed numbers. So that's Walmart, now Target. Again, stocks are just not coming in with good numbers, but the stock market still goes higher. So again, we're going to watch for some support levels on Target today, and we'll see what we get. Also, another one I believe that had earnings today was Lowe's. I'll have levels for Lowe's as well. This stock sold off pretty nicely, and now it's rebounding up a little bit. But I do have some support levels for Lowe's. Those will be posted up at 9 o'clock in the morning. So we're seeing a few gap plays out here in some big names. I think Intuit was another one that reported earnings today. That one's trading at around $58.29. It closed at around $58. So not a big mover there for Intuit, but we'll see how that plays out. That could be volatile during the trading session. Let's take a look at a few other things out here today. You have gold moving up a little bit. Gold is up about 15 points at the moment to around $13.91. Let's take a look at the GLD, which is a good proxy for gold. And you'll see that got above the 135 level today, settling in around 134.50 at the moment. So that's getting a good little pop. Yesterday, GLD did sell off. Let's take a look at USO and light sweet crude. Light sweet crude is trading down by about 30 cents this morning to around $95.88. The USO, which is a good proxy for light sweet crude, trading around 34.10, closed at 34.11, so it's basically unchanged from yesterday's close. That's pretty much everything I wanted to cover this morning. The one thing I will say is, though, we got to watch the Ben Bernanke news. That will definitely be a market mover. We'll see how he gets through the testimony there. I doubt there's going to be any real hardball questions. These politicians probably don't really follow this all that closely. As long as they get money for their programs, that's really all they care about, so it seems. So we'll see how it plays out. But you will have the Fed minutes again at 2 o'clock, and we'll see how that really shakes out going forward. But with that said, I'm going to leave it here. I want to wish you all a great trading session. And I'll see you all on the charts a little bit later. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.